But first, he's Kevin and he's here to help, but no longer with our relationship with the United States. Former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd has today made the shock announcement he's stepping down as ambassador to the US.
We announce that Dr. Kevin Rudd, AC, will conclude his posting as Australia's ambassador to the United States at the end of March 2026.
Now, we're told that Rudd's sudden resignation is due to him accepting a return to the role of global president of international relations think tank, the Asia Society. Rudd himself tweeting this morning, "I will be remaining in America, working between New York and Washington on the future of US-China relations, which I have always believed to be the core question for the future stability of our region and the world." But something doesn't add up here. After all, Rudd's snap resignation comes only 3 months after this very public rebuke from US President Donald Trump, prompted by a question from our own political editor, Andrew Clennell.
Taken 9 months to get this meeting. Have you had any concerns with this administration, with its stance on Palestine, climate change, or even things the ambassador said about you in the past, the Australian ambassador?
I don't know anything about him. I mean, if he said bad, then maybe he'll like to apologize. I really don't know. Did an ambassador say something bad about him? Don't tell me. I don't know. Where is he? Is he still working for you?
Yeah.
You said bad?
Before I took this position, Mr. President,
I don't like you either. I don't, and I probably never will. Go ahead.
Ouch. And even though Albanese later privately claimed that Trump had said all was forgiven, this was public humiliation on a global scale. And let's not forget what bad Rudd had said about the leader of the free world, whose administration it was his very job to work closely with. First, there were the embarrassing tweets Rudd deleted when he became ambassador, in which he'd called Trump a traitor to the West and the most destructive president in history. The story making headlines in the New York Times. Did Rudd honestly think these wouldn't come out? Oh, Kevin, the internet never forgets, and nor do we. And then there were the videos of Rudd calling Trump a village idiot and mocking him, exposed by my colleague Shari Markson last year.
In the last 4 years has been run by a village idiot, competent in its national statecraft, and the United States increasingly incompetent in its national statecraft under Trump.
I stand by what I wrote then. That was in a pre-Trump world. I hope to publish again soon, hopefully early next year, the future of US-China relations under President Trump. And then the subtitle will be a call for a new tremendous piece of very big, beautiful Mar-a-Lago chocolate cake. That's the working title. Any other suggestions I'd greatly receive.
What a comedian. But wait, there's more. Here is Rudd calling Trump incoherent and in love with dictators.
But the underpinnings of it were still incoherent because Trump himself was incoherent. And he waxed and waned from being in love with dictators to not knowing what he wanted from dictators.
Honestly, this was the Albanese government's best candidate for ambassador to our #1 ally, our most important international relationship. Rudd's love of laying the boot into Trump, a man who was always a very good chance of becoming president again, tells you everything you need to know about his poor judgment and what a liability he really was. And while it's true Rudd did manage to secure a multi-billion-dollar critical minerals and rare earths deal at that October meeting, for which he rightly deserves credit, why did it take more than 270 days into Trump's second term for our Prime Minister to even secure an official meeting with the US President? But according to Albanese today, Rudd's early resignation was all his idea.
Yes, it was entirely Kevin Rudd's decision. He is finishing up a year early, but he has served for 3 years.
And yet, it was only in October, after that slapdown from Trump that Albanese himself vowed Rudd would continue in his role for a full term.
Prime Minister, Mr Rudd, by March next year will have served 3 years in the job. Will he continue in the job as ambassador past that point?
Yeah, he's been appointed for 4 years.
So forgive me if I'm sceptical about the real reason for Rudd's sudden resignation. Former Labor ministers Joel Fitzgibbon and Stephen Conroy have now emerged as the frontrunners to replace him, while former Liberal Prime Minister Scott Morrison is something of a wild card. Although Conroy, who viewers will know as a regular here on Sky News, has called Trump a moron and moronically stupid.
Donald Trump, in his moronically stupid approach to international diplomacy, this is absolutely, what happens when you have a moron in charge of trying to work your foreign policy.
Here's a novel idea. How about this time we pick someone who hasn't sledged the most powerful person on the planet?